Yeah. Yeah. I'm honoured to be here. I'm happy to be here. I think December 19th is going to be crazy though. I think the centre's going to be like buzzing, just crazy in the room. I think it'll be really good. So now I took a year out of the game to refresh. Because it was like I took the year out in vain. I had a purpose and now I'm just living. No, you look fresh. I feel good, man. I feel good. I've been training hard. I'm close to the weight that I need to be at for the fight. I feel good. He's done me a favour. Walking around bulky and heavy. I feel quick. I feel amazing. So I'm looking forward to the fight. That's why I'm just vibing right now. I think he is a smart operator. I think he's managed to put a good team around him to help him achieve his wildest dreams. I think he's a smart young man. So I don't want to focus on it being like about Jake. Oh, Jake's small, so that makes me confident. Jake's this, so that makes me confident. I'm just focused on myself. I'm confident in myself.
With just 2 weeks ago until Jake Paul takes on Anthony Joshua, the excitement is already palpable, and fans everywhere can feel the buzz building around this high-stakes clash.
All right, come at it. Yeah.
Coaches aren't meant to understand that you're tired. Coaches aren't meant to understand that you have emotions. Coaches are just supposed to look at you like you're a machine, and they just want results. I may be tired, I just got to bite down on my gum shield because if I can perform to an elite level when I'm tired, imagine what I can do when I'm at rest and when I've got energy. I've been through them days where I'm looking for sympathy and you just don't get it in sport, but you don't get it. I always knew there could be the most talented fighter out there, especially in our industry. If they can't sell tickets, they can't put bombs on seats, they'll never showcase their skills to the world, no matter how good they are. And that's why I say you have to have marketability and you have to have ability. And when you bring those two worlds together, it's a recipe for success.
Anthony Joshua isn't approaching this as a casual matchup. He's in full-on training mode, focused and intense, leaving no room for distractions or jokes. His preparation shows he means business, bringing that classic heavyweight power and precision, ready to make a statement from the opening bell.
I don't think Jake's crazy. He's a realist. He's a logical man. And he wants to fight. He wants to fight good fight. I looked at it and said, wow, this is a great opportunity to showcase myself to the whole world. And God willing, my prayers are answered and I get the job done and I hurt Jake in spectacular fashion, like get a victory. And Jake called me directly. He called me. He didn't call my team. Jake called me. I said, okay, no problem, no problem. Easy money. Not easy money. We'll see. I'll let you know December 19th, December 20th.
The twist? Jake Paul is striding in with relentless confidence, carrying himself like he belongs in the ring with a former unified heavyweight champion. Love it or hate it, his bold self-belief might just be the edge that sets him apart in this high-stakes showdown.
Really fair to AJ. I just know that I have the power and the timing. It's the shots that you don't see coming that knock people out. And I'm a tricky knockout artist that people don't give me enough credit for. I've won knockout of the year. So he has to be careful. And I do have the timing, the speed, and the tricks up my sleeve to be able to hit a shot on this guy that he doesn't see coming that can put him to sleep 1,000%.
Jake Paul truly believes he can shake up AJ's plans, disrupt the expected outcome, and turn what seems like an easy payday into one of the most challenging nights of Anthony Joshua's career.
It's watching his Dubois fight, watching the Ruiz fight, even watching the Usyk fight. And when you look at it, he's lost to guys who are smaller than him. I think it's his, it's his weakness. His kryptonite is the faster guys who don't get hit by his big punches. He's definitely a bit chinny. He's durable. He gets back up. He knows how to fight when he's hurt, and he's still dangerous when he's hurt. But I do see holes where I can land big shots.
Amid the hype surrounding Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua, Amir Khan sounded a serious warning, emphasizing that this fight carries real danger. He pointed out that Jake's team, including his promoter Nikisa, could be pushing him into a situation that risks serious harm rather than just entertainment.
I think Nakisa hates Jake Paul because he wants him dead, I think. That's what it comes down to. Me and JB had a meet with Nakisa and he was giving big ones, which I did not understand. He's not really like, come on. But like, he really wants to see his own friend that he calls my childhood friend hurt. That is wrong, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He's chasing the money. So he's just gone straight to the money and put my man in the firing line against a heavyweight champion who can hurt him and literally cause him problems in the future as well.
Khan warns that it seems Jake Paul's team is prioritizing a massive payday over his long-term safety. He stresses that a seasoned heavyweight like Anthony Joshua can inflict real, lasting damage. And unlike professional fighters who are trained for years to take hits, Jake comes from a different background. Khan believes that boxing demands respect, and one clean punch from Joshua, the kind that has knocked out elite opponents, could end far more than just Jake's ambitions in the sport.
Look, if AJ hits him with a shot like he hit Ngannou and knocked him clean out, I mean, even Ngannou would knock Jake Paul out. But that just shows, like, but you can't mess with the sport. Boxing, you can't mess with boxing. Boxing is a sport that you have to respect. You're always at one punch away from getting hurt, and something bad's gonna happen one day, and they're gonna regret it. They're gonna say, "Oh, why did we take that fight?" It's not like they need the money. And if I was AJ, and so a YouTuber come to me, who's tiny, who's smaller than me, and weaker than me, and has no experience at all, you think I'm gonna say no to him?
While acknowledging that some YouTubers like Slim have shown genuine skill, Khan cautions that this matchup ventures into risky territory where a single mistake could have serious consequences for everyone involved, including the integrity of the sport. He emphasizes that the hype surrounding crossover boxing cannot mask the real dangers of facing a top-tier heavyweight. Boxing isn't about clicks or viral moments. One misjudged punch can change everything.
This ends this YouTube boxing because in a way, someone is going to get hurt badly, and this could be the fight that someone gets hurt so bad that they will never ever get sanctioned to ever fight again. You know what I mean? But it's true though, isn't it, bro? Like, honestly, like, the sport is tough, man, and it's hurt and damaged a lot of people that have been boxers, and let alone, and these are people that are used to taking punches and punishment.
Building on Amir Khan's cautious take, the TalkSport panel analyzes a matchup from both financial and competitive angles. Liam Smith expresses excitement about the spectacle, noting that for Anthony Joshua, the fight offers a relatively low-risk, high-reward opportunity after years of competing against top-tier opponents, while also delivering a massive payday.
Actually helping a lot of female fighters and women boxing as well by putting this promotion on, so I respect him massively. But if Anthony Joshua was to lose to Jake Paul, it would be the biggest upset, travesty, whatever you want to call it, in boxing history. So he has to look past Jake Paul.
Well, let's hear from Anthony talking to the media in Miami. One of the questions that was put to him was about his lengthy stint outside of the ring.
So I took 12 months out of the game, realigned my vision board, and consolidated a lot of things, trimmed down my team, and I said I need 12 months to do that. So I took 12 months out of the game, and from September 21st, if you think about it back then, to now, December, that's 3 months. So most people take about 8 to 12 weeks to prepare for a fight. So this was like a preparation for a fight, basically.
The analysts highlight that Anthony Joshua has confirmed a fighting weight of 245 pounds, allowing him to perform at his most agile and effective, and note that he has recently focused his training away from London with a new team to eliminate distractions. While they acknowledge Jake Paul's promotional success and his role in bringing attention to women's boxing, the panel agrees that the skill gap between the two fighters is enormous. They caution that a loss for Joshua would rank as one of the most stunning upsets in sports history, potentially casting doubt on his plans to return to world title contention.
He's going to be at 225.
245.
245.
245.
But again, there's no rehydration.
No rehydration clause. 245. That was the last time that he boxed Alexander Usyk, which was back in, 2022? I believe he weighed 245. He was in training camp anyway. He was going to be fighting on the undercard of this fight on Saturday night with Devin Haney. He was going to be fighting on that undercard, 22nd, so he's in shape. His weight's down anyway, so making 245 actually.
He has to be that done.
Yeah, but that's his best weight anyway, Anthony Joshua. That's where he's more athletic, you know, he's got more movement and whatnot. And no disrespect to Jake Paul here, you go like, you know, without looking past Jake Paul, but he could look past Jake.
The discussion then turns to the stakes and risks surrounding the matchup. Analysts note that Joshua's recent management changes, revamped training camp, and mental focus are part of a long-term plan to recover from past setbacks, but argue that Jake Paul doesn't carry the same pressure. Instead, all eyes are on Joshua to secure a decisive finish, as anything less could raise doubts about the legitimacy of the fight. While Paul's dramatic claims about being willing to die in the ring are seen as promotional flair, they also underscore the real danger of facing elite heavyweight power. The panel concludes that the fight carries reputational weight for the sport itself, and only a clean, early knockout by Joshua is likely to affirm boxing's credibility and silence critics.
Sort of statements about I'm ready to die in there and I'm going to bash you up and stomp all over you, give you any cause for concern about the sport?
He's a YouTuber, isn't he? So like, they want them views. His life's been about views, and taking this fight with Joshua is views for him. So even if he loses in first round, he can always say I've been in with Joshua.
Yeah.
So he's at a win-win. It's Anthony Joshua what's under pressure. He's got to knock him out.
Adding to the conversation about risk and credibility, former world champion Chris Algieri offered a grounded perspective based on his in-ring experience. He admitted that even after seeing the Miami press conference, it's difficult to view the matchup between Joshua and Jake Paul as a fully legitimate contest. Algieri emphasized that Joshua, with his Olympic background, knockout power, and recent highlight reel performance against Ganu, vastly outclasses Paul, whose main strengths lie in promotion and digital influence rather than elite boxing skill. He noted that in a standard 8-round fight with 10-ounce gloves, it's hard to envision Paul surviving the opening round unless unusual rules or restrictions are applied. Algieri also cautioned that Joshua's calm demeanor during fight week could be either confidence or miscalculation, and firmly rejected claims that AJ lacks a strong chin.
If it happens, it happens. Boxing is the wild, wild west. Anything can happen, and especially with Jake Paul and his money and his ability to make things happen, it's very, very possible. But I don't see how this fight ever makes it out of the first round. And if it does, then comes into question of, is this a real fight? I mean, have the rules set come out yet? Have we heard whether or not Anthony Joshua has to wear, his boots on the wrong feet if he can't throw his right hand? If he has to be, set up to a shock therapy if he throws punches? Is there anything said yet, or is this a real fight? Do we know?
8 rounds, 10-ounce gloves, 3 minutes.
And it's a real.
Chris Algieri explained that landing a clean shot is a fundamental challenge for Jake Paul, noting that even against a faded Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., Paul struggled to execute effectively. Closing the distance on a genuine heavyweight, Algieri argued, is an entirely different puzzle, one that many accomplished fighters have failed to solve. He also touched on legacy and consequence, saying he personally would never fight Paul for a payday alone, as his career deserved respect, and he refuses to join a spectacle-driven sideshow. While he does not fault Joshua for taking a lucrative comeback fight after surgery and a tough loss, Algieri stressed that the stakes for AJ are higher. Failure to decisively stop Paul could transform a narrative from a redemption bout to one of reputational damage, fueling rumors of a fixed outcome. He emphasized that calling Joshua chinny ignores the context of being hurt by world-class punchers versus a smaller, crossover fighter. Even if Paul lands a punch, hurting and finishing a 240-plus pound champion is vastly different from surprising a retired, lighter opponent. Algieri said he will watch partly for spectacle and partly to see if Paul truly grasped the magnitude of the leap, but warned bluntly that the first heavyweight-grade punch Paul takes could end the entire experiment.
Take the fight. If Jake Paul offered you millions and millions, would you get in the opposite corner to him and have that opportunity?
No. No. It's a sideshow.
You're probably the first fighter to say that.
Yeah, because first of all, I had a real career, and I respect the sport, and you're not just going to pay me, so use me to come in there and go put this fight together. I'm not an active fighter. I haven't been for almost 5 years. To come off the couch just because of an opportunity, because there's a lot of money thrown at me. Listen, I respect what I've done in my career. Listen, if we were in my career and I was fighting and training and that came up and there was a reason for it, that's a whole different thing. Even Anthony Joshua, I don't knock Anthony Joshua at all for this. He's coming off of a loss. He's coming off of an elbow injury, and he's looking to get back in. This is a perfect get back fight. 8-rounder, and I get to make a ton of money. It makes total sense.
That's a wrap for today's video. Thanks for tuning in. And don't forget to stay updated with all the latest news. Catch you in the next one.